Hi, welcome to this training video on the use and functionality of the Employer and Learner portal from Lifetime Training. Once you've got your access confirmed, which in a previous video we've talked about that being arranged by the Lifetime Regional Trainer, simply enter your username and password into the logon screen, and if you're only attached to the one site, you'll just see that site listed. If you are managing multiple sites, that's not a problem, they'll all be listed down here, so you can just select the site that you want. Once you load up, at a glance, you will be able to see the next visit date of each of the learners that are in that particular site, when they last logged onto the portal, and whether they're pre-enrollment, progressing, or whether they're in their endpoint assessment phase. In our scenario, we'll take the learner at the top as a worked example. Loading that one up, you can see next visit date, progress, journal entries where the learner can reflect on the progress they're making and where they feel their development needs might be. And you can also see the action plan of that particular learner. So as you can see at the top, we have the progress bar, the title of the qualification, journal entries from the particular learner, and the next visit, which in this case is in May, and it's going to be a face-to-face visit. If you do transfer sites or move somewhere new and you want to get an understanding of what's previously been happening with that particular apprentice, you can click the past 2 visits. In this case, there is only one, the learner is relatively new, but all the previous visits will be listed above the top. Scrolling down to the action plan, you can see that this has been written by the Lifetime Regional Trainer, and this is a great tool for you to check on your learner's progress and just have maybe a weekly catch-up or a monthly catch-up of what they're doing on their apprenticeship. Under the action planning in this case, every 4th visit, the Lifetime Regional Trainer will ask that you complete the manager's skills endorsements with the learner. They'll always be listed on the action plan, and as you can see here, if we take customer for an example, the Lifetime Regional Trainers indicated where they can be found on the employer portal and given some indication of what might be used as supporting evidence for those skills endorsements. To complete the skills endorsements, as managers, you would log into the portal using your personal logon, scroll down to the topics section at the bottom, and select the unit in question, which will be flagged clearly on the action plan. Once you're inside, you can see the different knowledge criteria for this unit, and underneath you can see the skills and behaviours and all the criteria that in this particular unit for this particular qualification, which is hospitality supervisor, all the criteria that the learner will need to demonstrate in order to pass. Down the middle, these icons are the ratings that you as managers will give your learner when you have that conversation and you endorse that skill. So from the action plan and after the instruction from your Lifetime Regional Trainer, set a meeting with the learners. It usually takes about an hour to go through the skills endorsements, go through the criteria, identify where they sit in terms of what criteria they're covering and what you can clearly see the learner demonstrating when they're working on shift. Clicking in the top right-hand corner, once you've completed rating them from nothing done, which means they're not at that stage of their apprenticeship and at that stage of their learning, or whether they're good to go, which is the top rating that they're clearly capable in the skills, knowledge, and behaviour attached to that particular learning criteria. To add supporting evidence, which again you'll be guided on by your Lifetime Regional Trainer, you can click Add Evidence and it brings up the pop-up window. You can just select the relevant file and upload that. Once you've uploaded the file, you'll be asked to scroll down and apply that particular piece of evidence to the criteria within the qualification. So it does take a couple of minutes and it's a nice opportunity to link on the back of appraisals and job chats and performance reviews with the learners to go through and get a real snapshot of exactly where they're up to, particularly around their skills and their behaviours whilst they're on shift. As Lifetime Regional Trainers, we're not with the learners as often as managers, so we really rely on you to tell us what their behaviours on site are like by going through this exercise and applying different bits of evidence to the individual criteria. As we go down, you've got all the different units, all the different modules listed. And like I say, it does take about an hour to go through them, so it's worth setting that time aside with the learner. Any issues regarding the portal which might come up can be raised in the first instance with your Lifetime Regional Trainer, who can send that through the support line for you. or on the welcome screen, you will be given a link down at the bottom where you can request support. So if we refresh the page, there is a support link down at the bottom on the logon page. It's support.lifetimetraining.co.uk. That concludes this section on functionality and use of the Employer Portal. So thank you very much for your time.